So, the topic today is Together We Rise. Together We Rise is a really wonderful topic. Injection select this topic, and this is something that is dear in everybody's heart. We have a proverb in our culture, Cameroon, where we said, if you have a single hand cannot tie something, you need two hands to tie something. Means we have to be together to rise. But now let us look at the rising part of it. And Mr. Mufara has been saying all this thing, even the new Victory with Ash website, it is there. He said, rise, reset, and refocus. That is really massive. So I look at what it means by rise. I look at it I draw it from what Mr. Mufara explained, what it means, and which I will read it. It makes too much sense to me. And when Shanta chose this topic, I said, wow, this is a great topic to really explain what it means by rise. Before we can talk about together, you look at it from your own perspective, and then we can talk together why rise is very important. So Mr. Mufara said, reason begins with a decision. So you make a decision for you to rise. You cannot just sit one place and then you think like you just jump and then reach somewhere. No, you make a decision before you say, all right, I want to rise. It starts with a decision. So a decision to step out of your comfort zone. So you start to make that decision to step out of your comfort zone, to challenge the status quo and to reach for something greater than what you currently have. So I will look at it this way, in Shanta. I know when I started my study, I've done different things. I told you in my life, I've worked in several different things before I even decided to move into IT. It was because of that desire that I'm not reaching my full potential. Every day I ask myself, I am better than this. I am better. You always have to challenge yourself that I am better than this. You ask yourself, why am I really here? Because there is a saying, if you stay in your comfort zone, you will always remain poor. You will never do anything good. If you stay in your comfort zone, you will fail. Let me put it that way. People fail because they think that they are more comfortable. They are afraid. They choose fear over hope. Like, what if I try this? What will happen to me? Maybe if I leave this, I go here, I fail, I cannot come back. So they choose fear over hope. They decide not to choose courage, because you must be courage to come off your comfort zone and say, you know what? I am better than this. I need to do something different. I want to change my life. I want to be a better version of myself. And when you start to think like that, that is when you start to challenge yourself. You said, you know what I'm doing is really waste of time. Not like waste of time. Yes, you have helped me, but I want to move. I don't want to be in this environment. I want to do something. And that is when you start to challenge yourself, thinking like, my circumstances must change. That is the rising. Now, when I talk about rising, means you are looking like, no, this is not good enough for me. I am better than this. And he said, again, Ms. Ashford explained this, said it is about recognizing that you have power to change your circumstances, to overcome obstacles, and to create the life you truly desire. Yes. So you start to think like, I want a better life for myself and my family and the friends around me. If I stay this particular way, yes, I'm doing this, going 9 to 5, coming back, doing this job. Yes, it's okay. I can pay my bills. But is that enough? Sometimes we stay comfortable in our comfort zone, and when we retire, we look back, waste of time. We don't have nothing in our account. We don't have nothing we can say, we can show for. There is nothing. We've just living hand to mouth, from paycheck to paycheck, and we feel like that is enough for me. That is life. So when you start to think about challenging yourself, that is when you will begin to rise. You look at yourself, you said, I am better than this. I need to try something new. I need to move away from this. And Mr. Mufara go about again to define rising. He said, rising means taking action despite fear. You have to take action despite fear. Pushing through limitation. You have to push through limitation. You know, you have to be, like I always said, we don't have to be static. God created us and gave us a lot of brain cells. How many of us use that brain cells before we die? 1/4, we don't even use it. And that's why they said the richest place on this planet Earth is in the grave. Because we die, we took our everything there. We don't challenge ourselves to the limit. You need to push yourself, move that boundary. Said, you know what? Let me go right to the elastic. You know, I talk about elastic limit of myself. I said, wow, this is where I am now. You know, you go beyond limitation and refuse. Again, he said, refuse to settle for less. We have to refuse to settle for less, you know, than your potential. You have to refuse to settle for less because you know your potential. You know what you are having is not enough. I know my full potential. I know I can do better. So I refuse to settle for less. It is it is at that moment, you know, you decide to be the hero of your own story and claim your future. When you start to think like that and start to challenge, know that there is no limitation, I need to move. That is when you become a hero of your own story.